Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is Vishal and you're watching the weekly sectoral analysis. As usual, I'll be starting with the Nifty higher time frame charts. Now, this is the weekly time frame chart of Nifty futures. What we can see is that almost from this particular low, this is the previous low in the weekly time frame charts. This is the current low. I should say thankfully that we did not test this particular low and then we took a bounce back. In case if that would have happened, it would clearly mean that generally when a previous low is tested with the new low, it means that probably market is now sideways, and then making money in the market is little bit difficult if market tries to go sideways. At least in this sort of market, we have chances for swing traders. At least, well, on the rise, you can go short in the market, probably trade in options or futures and make money. All right. But if this would have happened, it would be a little bit more problematic. Nevertheless, you can see that the candle which has been made over here is a big green candle, but the candle previous to that is a sort of a spinning top. And before that, we have a hammer basically. So after a hammer, we have a spinning top, again a bullish bell toad. It's a lot of mixed match going on over here, and the overall trend seems to be very, very flattish, I would say, in the weekly time frame charts. In the daily time frame charts, you can see clearly that the bounce back has been able to come on the back of this particular trend line, which has been able to be tested at least 3 to 4 times. Now, what has happened is we can clearly see that when markets were trading over here, we had to travel a lot to surpass this particular resistance band. This is the first resistance band over here. Now, the coordinates were 17,250 to 17,400. If you remember in my previous video of Nifty and Bank Nifty short-term view, I clearly told that this particular resistance is very, very difficult to surpass. The reason for that, I'll try to highlight it for you. First of all, we have a resistance band. This resistance band is also coexisting with this particular downtrending channel. So this entire area was of a extremely high resistance zone. Either we would require a extremely high volume buying or probably a very decent or a big gap up, which could literally go through that particular resistance band and close above it. And exactly that has happened on Friday. Now, what has happened is this was a pullback. So in this pullback, probably day traders would have made money going long or something like that. But that particular chance as of now has been lost. Second thing, if you can check properly, due to a lot of bands over here, this particular sloping downtrending channel, I don't know if you are able to make out that we are now close to that 61.80% Fibonacci extension. This is the first resistance. Once, in case if we surpass that, immediately we have this particular gap. So now as a short-term trader, I think there is not much room left probably to go long in the market. The risk reward now is skewed, and maybe if we turn around from here, or maybe we go a little bit higher and then turn around from there, probably the risk reward could be favorable for people who are trying to go short in the market, if at all we have a turnaround in the market. If at all, I'm not saying that in case of market comes over here, start shorting the market and markets will collapse. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying only if there is a U-turn, then probably you can take a chance. And we need to understand that the current market price somewhere over here is close to, you can say, 17,440 to 43. Immediately, possibly at 17,481 is an important resistance, which is the 61.80% Fibonacci resistance. And then we have a band starting, the gap starting at 17,575 to 17,646. So we don't have much room left. All right. So this is my analysis regarding the Nifty futures. Now, if you look at Bank Nifty future, again, there has been a tremendous amount of gap up. You can see this in the weekly time frame chart. I think little bit it's more stronger in comparison to the Nifty futures. And the reason is that this is the previous low. And I think just by a few points we were saved and we did not test this exact low over here, and instead of that we have been able to bounce back. But in the case of Bank Nifty, what has happened, there has been a sufficient room because the previous low is at 37,577 and the recent low was somewhere around 38,867, and it has been bouncing from this 78.60% Fibonacci retracement. And we can see the first candle is hammer, then we have a sort of a spinning top, and then a big green candle, which is a bullish bell tool. Overall trend in the weekly time frame chart is literally flat, nothing much. In the daily time frame chart also the trend is flat, and once again we can see that we are now trading near to that upside gap. So we are near this probably a very strong resistance band. Now again, for traders who are thinking to go long, there is not much room over here, even in the case of Nifty future, even in the Bank Nifty future. And in both indices, again, I'll go back to the Nifty future. We need to understand the entire trend. We are currently overall, we are in a downtrend because we are just making lower highs and lower lows. So until and unless we do not close above this previous low, which is 17,900, we do not close above this high, I'm sorry, the entire trend may not change. This is the first thing we need to understand. Similar thing is visible in Bank Nifty. We need to be closing above this high, 41,812 or possibly 42,45. Only then the entire trend might change. So if we start hovering around here, and if then we start to turn around, probably things might change. Okay. So this is not a very good time to go long. We should stay put, wait, watch what price action is giving to us, what patterns are visible on the charts. Only then we should react. This is not the right time to just go in the market and start trading aggressively just because we have a big gap up. All right. Now, one thing is very, very important to note over here that if you check PSU banks and if you check private banks, there is a good amount of difference over here. See, this is the daily chart. The way pullback has happened in the private banking stocks, similar sort of pullback has not happened over here in the PSU banking stock. So probably there is some room left for PSU banking stocks to consolidate or maybe even pull back in the short term, especially stocks like SBI. All right. Little bit room, I guess, is left on the upside. Probably it can test 532 or probably a little bit more on the upside. And in private banking stocks, there is one stock which has surprised me, and that is ICICI Bank. It has been able to give a fantastic breakout. But for me, I think it needs to close above this particular high, which is somewhere around 883. So if it gives close above 883, 884 with a big green candle, then a possibly decent rally on the upside is probable. Again, if you see properly, not many banking stocks have been able to give a breakout. And along with the daily time frame chart, you can see there is a trend line breakout in the RSI. Even the weekly time frame chart is showing a sign of a decent uptrend. So overall, the charts of ICICI Bank are looking really nice. Along with ICICI Bank, if other stocks participating, then it would be really good for the entire private banking pack. Let's have a look at the metal pack. Now, in the metal pack, what has happened is we have bounced from the 78.60% retracement in the daily time frame chart. In the weekly time frame chart, there is nothing much you can say. So there is a possibility that after this correction, due to the entire pullback which has come up in the market, some sort of consolidation, some sort of pullback, little bit pullback, not much, just little bit pullback, little bit consolidation is probable in the metal pack. And after that particular consolidation or a very, very small pullback, we will need to wait and watch and see what patterns are visible on the daily time frame charts and only then take a action. Before that, please do not jump into it. All right. And I'm not saying with a view of going long over here. Possibly after a pullback, if something negative comes on the chart and if entire markets turn up, probably in metal pack, we might pick few stocks to probably find them as a swing short idea. Okay. Autopack. Autopack, the way it has bounced back, you can see two things. One thing is that there is a hammer. Okay. And you can see this particular candle is a very big green candle. Now you can see properly that this is the close of the previous day. All right. This is the close of the previous day. And this is the open. And the open is, and the close of this particular day is above the previous day's open. So this is an extremely bullish situation. And the way next day we have a very big green candle, it seems that this pullback which has started, there is a very decent possibility that this pullback might continue for a few days in a staggered manner, not one way, possibly in a staggered manner, consolidation. And after that consolidation, we'll need to wait and watch and see what happens. As of now, I have no views, but if you check stocks like Maruti, again, same thing, some sort of hammer or something is visible over here. Again, the second candle is also showing signs of a hammer, and some sort of pullback is probable. Even stocks like Eicher Motors, similar sort of situation. Extremely oversold. You can see RSI has gone below 30 over here and a very big green candle. So some sort of pullback is probable in Eicher Motors. You can also see a hammer candle visible in the weekly time frame chart. Okay. IT pack. IT pack, what has happened is this particular low has been able to hold up in the weekly time frame charts. Yes, in intra-week, we did go below the lows, but possibly at the close, somehow we have been able to pull back. And this pullback may continue for a few days. And after that, again, we will see a phase of consolidation. And after that, what happens again needs to be seen. As of now, I have no views to share with all of you that whether should we be buying or selling, nothing. Just stay put, wait and watch. And when the entire, generally when good trades come up on the chart, we don't need to find those trades. Good trades generally pop up in front of the screen, just like that. So we will wait and watch, and then we will see what to do about it. Okay, let's have a look at the finance pack. Finance pack has been able to bounce back from this 161.80% Fibonacci extension with a fabulous high wave candle. All right. Now you can see it is just on the verge of closing this gap, and possibly if we have some sort of bullish days coming up ahead, and special thanks to this first hammer, then we have a high wave candle and we have a big green candle. So last 3 weeks, I should say, in the weekly time frame chart, not in the daily time frame chart, have been extremely bullish. Although the price movement on the upside is not that much, but the base is looking decent enough. Now we should be looking what happens over here. That do we fill the gap and then we again turn down? We do refrain from surpassing this high, or we close above this high and probably give a breakout. We need to wait and watch with patience. Before that, I will not respond to any of the price actions which is happening on the chart. But there is one stock which is looking very nice as a possible swing trading candidate. Currently, it is just consolidating, and probably few days more it could continue to consolidate. But probably the day it closes and sustains above 156, 157, there is a decent possibility of a rally on the upside. FMCG pack. In FMCG pack, you can see that in the weekly time frame chart, the trend is up, and slowly and steadily after consolidation, the trend has turned up. So obviously, I'll be opening the charts of ITC. You can see in the daily time frame chart, the trend is up, and even in the weekly time frame chart, the trend is up. The daily time frame chart also, the trend is up. And it seems that if we sustain above 385, 387, possibly a decent rally on the upside is possible in ITC. Let's have a look at Hindustan Unilever. Hindustan Unilever on the other side is looking very, very strange that if you check properly, there's a hammer, there is an inverted hammer. So these first two candles are extremely opposite to each other, and suddenly out of nowhere, we have a extremely big candle. First two candles are opposite to each other. The third candle which comes up is extremely bullish. Even over here, we have some negative setup going on at a resistance area, and suddenly, boom, we have a close above the resistance area. So I think we need to keep a watch on the stock. As of now, I have no views, but maybe if we have some good price action coming up, a good breakout on the upside, maybe there is a chance, maybe for positional traders to have a go at this particular stock, but only after good candles, good price action, not otherwise. Okay, let's have a look at the consumption pack. Consumption pack, I think you can clearly see, even I don't need to say much. It has been able to test this 61.80% Fibonacci retracement. Three bullish candles are visible, hammer, high wave candle, small high wave candle, not much. You can call it a doji actually, and a small hammer. The hammers are not that powerful, but they have been made as a support. So that is the main thing over here. And some sort of pullback is already going on in this particular sector. So some sort of pullback, some sort of consolidation might continue in this sector in next few days. Infra pack, I have absolutely no views whatsoever because if you check properly, it is just consolidating within a range up and down, and it's clearly visible in the weekly chart. But if you look at the daily time frame chart, you can see prices are just going haywire. They're just going not anywhere. So currently I have no views on the infra pack, but there is one stock which is GMR Infra. This stock you can just have a look at. I guess if it sustains properly, then it could test in the next few days. It could test upper levels. So you should keep watch on this particular stock. Okay, this is as a swing trade, and obviously you will have to time it with the shorter term time frame charts like the hourly time frame charts. All right. Pharma pack. Now over here things are looking very different, I should say. Now what we can see over here is the trend is down in the weekly time frame chart, and in the daily time frame chart the trend is flat. Now you can clearly see that there is a resistance. So there is a possibility that after this touching of this particular resistance band, we could turn down, correct? But as a trader, we need to understand that few of the important stocks are looking very, very different. Like say, for example, if you have a look at Aurobindo Pharma, this was one of the stocks which was looking very weak since very, very long. Okay. And now, probably if this stock, if you put a Fibonacci extension over here, okay, the stock is going up. It could test possibly 536, 537 in the coming days. After this testing, if it starts retracing and hits a support band, and again after hitting that band, if it starts going higher, probably the rally might continue. And if you look at a second stock, which is Dr. Reddy, it's looking even better. It's looking very, very good in the weekly time frame charts. Probably needs to close above this 4650 levels. Then the rally might continue. But in the daily time frame chart, I should say it is already extremely overstretched. RSI is also nearing 70. Not a good time to buy. As a swing trader, it needs to consolidate. It needs to come down, probably at a price where the risk reward is again favorable for a short-term upside trade. So you can keep this stock in your watch list, but do not buy at an extremely high price, especially when the stock is nearing a resistance level. It makes no sense whatsoever. All right. Realty pack. Now, realty pack, if you have a look, that overall trend is still down in the daily time frame chart. In the daily time frame chart, the trend is flat actually. In the weekly time frame chart, the trend is down. And there is a decent possibility that some consolidation or some sort of pullback might continue in the next few days. After this pullback or consolidation is over, we'll have to see that it doesn't surpass probably this high. If it doesn't surpass this high, just goes up, consolidates and starts turning down, probably we might have another go as a swing trader for the short side trades in the realty pack. All right. But you'll have to be very, very careful because the last few occasions when the swing trades were available, the movement in the reality stocks is very fast. So if your timing is wrong, you will miss the bus and your risk reward will not be favorable. So your timing in the realty stocks will have to be extremely accurate. Mid cap. What has happened in mid cap is unfortunate that this particular support, which was holding on since very, very long, I think just even in fact before the start of 2023, has now been broken. And now we have been able to pull back in the daily time frame chart. In weekly time frame chart also, we have given a hammer. So I think we need to wait for a few days and we need to understand that whether this is just a fake out on the downside. Fake out means some sort of breakdown on the downside, which is not real, and we'll have a bottom out and then we'll again shoot up. Is that what is happening? Or whether we'll be making a high which is lower than this particular high, and then we again start coming down. Then probably we might have chance as a swing trader to initiate trades on the short side. All right. So I hope this educational video will help you to understand how markets might move in the next few days. Not a very good time in the market to be extremely aggressive, as we have already had a very big pullback and we are already trading near a very big resistance band. We are already trading this near this 61.80% Fibonacci retracement. Again, we have a gap over here. So we need to wait with patience. Let things play out on their own. And I guess when there is risk reward on your side, and generally, as I said, that when good trades come in front of you, probably you know, yes, this is that trade I need to initiate. So wait patiently, your time will surely come. All right. Trade well, stay safe. Thank you.